Dan Illman, Mike Beer, Grade 1 stakes action on Mr. D Saturday at Arlington. This for the fillies and mares. Race number 7. Here's the field for the Beverly D. 1 3/16 is the distance. This is a really intriguing matchup between the older mare, Mean Mary, who's probably right now the best older filly and mare in the country. She's got speed, taking on a 3-year-old filly, Santa Barbara, who utilized an explosive kick to win the Belmont Oaks and has more upside than the morning line favorite.
Yeah, it is a really interesting matchup, and it does kind of feel like the race goes through those two horses. Not to be too hard on anybody else, but these are two really, really good horses, and it's a great matchup between the two of them.
Interesting time form U.S. pace projector, to say the least. Mean Mary's game is speed. We see on the pace projector she's sitting third. Now, Oh So Terrible's getting blinkers. The last time Oh So Terrible raced with blinkers, she was very keyed up and she went. If she tries those tactics, Mean Mary sits. If not, Mean Mary's got to go.
Yeah, Mean Mary's going to come out of there running. I suppose if Oh So Terrible, is going to, come out of there running and try to make the lead at 1,000,000 to 1, then Mean Mary can let her have it. We'll see what happens. I don't think it really affects the favorite that much if a horse like Oh So Terrible goes.
Bramble Queen, number 1, nice Illinois bred, seeking her 10th lifetime victory, third in the Grade 3 Modesty. That was the local prep for the Beverly D, and she ran okay in that race, Mike. I just think she has to do better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Overall, her form is okay, and there's some races out there for her. I don't think the race for her is the Beverly D. It's not like she only has one horse to beat either, Dan. I mean, it seems pretty unlikely she's going to beat both of the favorites, but maybe she can beat one of them.
Mean Mary, 7 for 11 lifetime. She's won 5 graded stakes. She's searching for the elusive Grade 1. Here's the win in the New York last time out. Yielding Turf Course Belmont Stakes weekend. She went right to the front. She carved out a legitimate pace, and this is a very nice European horse, Thundering Knights, that makes it close at the end. Thundering Knights would come out of this race, would go right back to Ireland, and would win a Group 1 over there.
Yeah, holds off a really good horse. And as you've already mentioned, Dan, it was Yielding Turf. She did not walk on the lead in here. She went straight to the front. She did not go slow in here, and she just holds on at the end. This is a good performance. Obviously, her seasonal debut was just more of a prep there where they just let her walk on the lead. And she won with not her best game. I mean, that wasn't her best race two back. I think we might have saw her best race last time.
Joya Befora, Group 1 winner in her native Argentina. Good second last time out in the Modesty. She's a hard hitter for Nacho Correa. She's been on the board 11 of 18. It's just that a lot of times she finds one better.
Yeah, 0 for 10 since she got over here. We'll see if she can finally break through with a win. I thought she ran fine last time, Dan, but when you watch that race, her rider just looked loaded coming to the stretch over behind horses, took her clear, looked like she was going to run by, didn't run by. I thought she was pretty hard to take off of that performance.
Aidan O'Brien sent Santa Barbara, the 3-year-old filly, into New York for this race. The Belmont Oaks against Piers only competition. She ran very, very well. Let's watch the Belmont Oaks. Santa Barbara's just held up. It's a moderate pace, but she has the strongest kick, and she's only 2 lengths out of it. It's all up to Ryan Moore to find a seam. Ryan Moore is going to find a seam. She's in behind horses. She still has work to do. She's much the best.
Yeah, just too good for this field. I mean, at that point there at about the 8th pull, Dan, where she didn't get clear and got shuffled back a bit. I mean, very, very often in turf racing, just that little steady along will get you beat. At that point in the race, it'll get you beat. Didn't get her beat. She was way too good for those horses. Big acceleration at the end. As you said in the open, we haven't seen her best race yet. She has tons of upside, and she's a very dangerous horse for Mean Mary to have to run against.
And she beat a good field of 3-year-olds in that race. Con Lima came back, won the Saratoga Oaks on the engine with a low to mid-90s buyer. Naval Laughter is next, another lightly raced horse. This is a daughter of Midshipman. Now, she won the Modesty. She beat a couple of these horses, and her great assets are tactical speed. Timeform US has her up and on the lead. I don't think that's going to be the case, but she could be sitting in a great spot, second or third.
Yeah, she set a great trip last time in her turf debut when she wound up winning that Modesty. Set a really nice trip behind the lead, came clear in the stretch. Again, Joya Befora took a run at her. She managed to deny that horse all the way to the wire. Good performance for a filly. She's another filly who has a lot of upside. She could even improve again in here and maybe make it close with the 2 favorites.
What happened to Mista last time out? She was a group winner in Ireland last year. Her seasonal debut for Chad Brown was okay, second in the Bogey. She just didn't run in the Diana, but now Chad's going to give her Lasix, and maybe all she's been waiting for is firm ground.
Yeah, right. A lot of these Europeans come over looking for firm ground, and some of them for Lasix as well. So she maybe gets both of those in the Beverly D. We'll see if it makes a difference if she takes on more distance. Dan, I still don't know what to do with her. I still don't know how good she is. When she came over with, good form, obviously from Ireland, I didn't think she had great form. I just thought she had good form. And, the more I thought about her bogey, I just felt like, just a great ride from Irad, gave her a real shot at that race, and she was only second best in there. Didn't run well last time, but maybe she'll rebound at a price.
Oh, so terrible. She's taken her chances in the Beverly D in the past. Sister Charlie beat her in 2018 and 2019. The blinkers, as we mentioned, go on, and maybe she can be forward, but just from a class standpoint, she seems up against it.
Yeah, just hard to like in this race. Maybe I'm sure they'd be happy if she got a piece of this thing.
Top pick time for the grade 1 Beverly D. You're not going to go with the older mare in here, Mean Mary. Might get the jump on the good 3-year-old Santa Barbara turning into the stretch. Got the same exact at 2-4. And there are some other nice horses in this race. I just think the two favorites might be a notch above.
Yeah, me too. I think they kind of stand out in this race. I didn't really feel like this was much of a betting race, Dan, but I'm very interested to watch it and see what happens.
2456 for Mike, 2465 for me. The grade 1 Beverly D on Mr. D Saturday at Arlington. Good luck.